and live. I usually say love, but I'm gonna explain to you why I'm not gonna really say peace and love. It's really peace and live. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm knowing that if you love is love. If you look at the word love, right, and then you look at the word, it's LOVE, right? I'm gonna show you. Let's get into this real quick about love, and it's something simple. LOVE, right? So you see the word love, love. Um, but if you spell it backward, this is love, which is evil. You see what I'm saying? It's really evil. Like love is in the mind of um, good and evil, or basically you're gonna be happy and hurt when you fall in love. You see what I'm saying? You can fall or rise in love. You see what I'm saying? Like um, love is like the subconscious and conscious, like the left and the right. Um, you know what I'm saying? That's love. It's half and half. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you is and when you look at the word evil, that's why I say live. Like you say the word live, live. You see what I'm saying? And then you put it backward. It spells the word. I mean, if you look at the word evil, actually, it's really the word live. You see what I'm saying? Live is evil. You see what I'm saying? Like you live in your heart. You live within your heart. You don't. You live within. You love. Cause you think when you in love, you think the most. You know what I'm saying? Your mind think about that person. But you're never supposed to fall for no one. You're not supposed to fall in love. Supposed to love thyself, and then you're supposed to connect with a union with someone and rise into a union. You know what I'm saying? Live. So I'm gonna get into something. Like let's get into the timeline of training. So not training, but it's Tyrian timeline to Tyrian. Um, so like I was going on YouTube like has been mocking me in the sense of going back and deleting videos I have done a year ago. Clearly, like it was a video about concentration camps. I'm gonna read it. Which ones that I have that they have deleted um, real quickly. So they deleted the concentration camp video, the um, the C-19 video. Can't say the word. So weird, right? And the cryptocurrency and food shortages. So those videos was done a year ago. 2021. It's already been a whole year since I done those videos. And the concentration camp was my third video. I did that back in January 2021. So right after I posted about a scripted game, they go back and delete videos to give you a notice that they are watching. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm still continuing to share the truth, right? Um, so this is the timeline. Like I have this on my one of my videos on YouTube. You can go check that out. It's called Tyrian, right? And this is they have many of them. I read only one of them, but they have many of them about the whole 9/11. I'm gonna show you basically. Um, and his name is Paul Joseph Watson. He did this back in August 2007. He wrote about it, and it's quite interesting. The USAA Patriot. Um, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but what caught my inside attention was right here in the sense it said total information awareness. Every purchase you make with a credit card, magazine, subscription you buy, and medical prescription you fill, every website you visit, an email you send or receive, every academic grade you receive, every bank deposit you make, every trip you book, and every event you attend. All these transactions and communications will go into what the Defense Department describes a virtual centralized grand database. You see that? Um, so everything, everything. And these people watch you on everything. But as you go further down, the U.S. Patriot Act Part 2, the second act was a mirror image of powers that Julius Caesar and Adolf Hitler gave themselves. Right? He said, whereas the first Patriot Act only gutted the first, third, and fourth and fifth amendments and seriously damaged the seventh and 10th, the second Patriot Act reorganized the entire federal government as well as many areas of the state government under the doctoral control of the Justice Department of the Office of Homeland Security and FEMA, NORTHCOM military command. But this Homeland Security, I had an article on screenshot article on my phone. I'm trying to remember where it was at. It was about I guess it was like showing like I recall about I think this was about letting I think it's about these people watching you in a sense, but not that in a sense. Let me go back and see if I can find it. Or about police or something that can just come into your home without any notice or something like that. But I'm trying to figure it out so that way we can know, you know what I'm saying? We can know. I mean, I read articles on this stuff about 2 years ago, so, and now I'm just revisiting itself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I may get into it. I may look for that article because I got it on my phone, but I don't want to look for it because I have so much on there. But anyway, but let me go on. Let me show y'all more of this. I'm going to show you a little bit more because something that also caught my eye. Because you can go back and research this. It's you can research it. But the structure of the dollar, right? Former World Bank Vice President, Chief economist and Nobel Prize winner Joseph Stiglitz, I'm just say Joseph, had predicted a global economic crash within 24 months unless the current downturn is successfully managed, as if the situation was being properly handled. Stiglitz, whatever. Empathically responded no, right? But read this part. I'm going to read this part out to you. It's about the amnesty in the North American Union. Like I said, all this is makes sense, is important. I'm just scrolling through it because I got other things to show. But the open plan is to merge U.S. with Mexico and Canada and create a Pan-American Union as long being globalized brainchild, but it's very well in present implication on behalf of the Council of the Foreign Relations has finally been reported by mainstream news outlets, right? Remember, this was back in 2007 when we wrote this. And it says the framework on which the American Union is being pegged is the NFTA superhighway, a four football fields wide levitate that stretches from southern Mexico through the U.S. up to Montreal, Canada. A couple by Bush's blanket amnesty program. The Pan-American Union is the final jigsaw piece for the total dismantling of America as we know it, right? So when you be hearing some people say pan this, pan that, Now when you look at it, it's like putting unions together. I'll be hearing some people say Pan Africa. They basically trying to put in like Africa into these states or connection. It's just like this is a game going on. You know, you see what this is: end game blueprint for global enslavement. For the New World Order, a world government is just beginning. This is from I don't know what article who's is, but um, it said once in place they can engage their plan to exterminate 80% of the world's population, while while enabling the elites to live forever with the aid of advanced technology. For the So it said for the first time Alex Jones revealed. So this Alex, I guess it's Alex Jones. I'm not sure, but I don't really listen to him because I really just don't like that. But so as I go forward, let's go forward to oh, bless me. All right, let me go forward to something like inflation, right? Or in a sense, let me go back to, and I'm gonna connect this with the timeline I read with Dr. Michael Yaden, or whatever you want to say, and I'm gonna connect what's been going on. Like you can go back to the video that I read, but I can in that video. My video was really messing up in a sense, and I just noticed that, and I was like, wow, my video messing up as I was reading this timeline, but it's all good. You can go back and research and read it yourselves if you would like to. And it's really good to read because this was what really happened in the sense they had a plan from 2019 since the whole pandemic started to 2022 of September, and really beyond that though. But I'm gonna just read it real quick. It said phase one. I'm not gonna read all of it though. Phase one: stimulate a threat and create fear. December 2019 through March 2020. Right, and then let me go here. Phase two was sow the tars and division March 2020 to December 2020. Phase three was bring a treacherous and daily solutions, December 2020 to June 2021. Phase four, install apprehend in the Q code, June 2021 and October 2021. Phase five was establish chaos and martial law, November 2021 through March 2022. And phase six is cancel the debts and dematerialize the money, March 2022 to September 2022. So this is going on as we know it. Cause you gotta think about it. They are already into inflation in the sense of these gas prices. Let's look what this means in the sense, because it says, what does inflation mean? The rate of increase in prices, like the rate of increase in price over a given period of time. Inflation is typically a broad measure, such as the overall increase in prices or the increase in cost of living in a country, right? That's what's going on here. This one say inflation is the number one enemy for the Fed. Let's look at that. Let's look at this. For Fred strategizes. And you see how this page going slow, so let me go back, man. I'm not gonna go there. But that's what's going on. If you go back and read his article, you'll see what's going on. So, cause like I want to do I may do a timeline where I'm just going through all of this and then researching all in the sense of connecting all what he spoke about and doing the research, going back and doing that. So I'm gonna come back with one of those videos and show y'all the connections or everything he spoke about. But I'm just showing y'all what the simple things right now, like water shortages. Right, they got water shortages going on right now, and it's a lack of water. You know what I'm saying? You see in Jackson, Mississippi, water shortages is happening. Um, the Colorado River is drying up, and it's starting to have water shortage in the sense of those 7 states, including Mexico, are going to be into water shortage. Now, food shortage, famine, right? Famine. And you notice this word, right? You've seen this word many times in books of, you've seen that word many times. If you read the book of Enoch, you can read the book of Enoch, you'll find in a sense. You can read the Apocalypse of Thomas. You can read the Bible, look at it. You're gonna see this word famine in this famine, and it means an extreme scarcity of food. The famine affected most of the country. Arctic starvation, arctic starvation, a ravenous appetite, a great shortage, transportation problems result in a called famine. Right, a famine is widespread scarcity of food caused by several factors, including war, natural disasters, crop failure, pollution imbalance, widespread poverty, and economic catastrophe or government policies. So yeah, that's this word is all in the books, right? You got to know that um it's all was predicted and before what theorized was already showing you what's going to happen to this day. So if you go back to food shortages and you'll see in articles, I'm not going to click on it because you see how this article didn't even show up. So I'm not going to go into it, but in the sense of you look at this, they're saying what is it, how can it be controlled extremely, prices rise. What else they were saying about this? Find US dollar calculation, but go back to the food shortages when I was speaking about in the sense of right here, they said, would it be a food shortage? It looked like food shortage that continued in 2022. It's already been that way. Because if you go back to his timeline, you will see in one of his timeline, they're going to talk about food shortages. Right here, shortages of goods and food. You see what I'm saying? You see, they doing it right now. You see what I'm saying? Food shortages happening. And that's what's going on. Natural gas. I was just looking at natural gas. Right, natural gas. Because I know it was some time with some gas shortages in a sense, but it's not really going to. They said this. They asked a question when can the U.S. run out of gas, and they said about 98 years from now, in a sense. You see what I'm saying? But this is like natural gas is naturally occurring mixture of gas and hydrocarbons containing primarily methane in addition to very small amounts of higher alkalines, usually low levels of trace gas like carbon dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen, sulfate, and helium are also present. But yeah, the over the seas, other countries, Russia halts natural gas flow to Germany again. As natural gas prices jump, shale oil firms get greasy. But okay, I'm gonna explain this. So I was at a marathon, and it was this woman on the phone, and she was speaking to the guy who owns Marathon, not the person who founded it, but the guy who's owning that particular store, Marathon. And she was finna, I was finna get gas, and she told me, and she told me to hold on because they're finna lower the gas prices a little bit. I said okay. So I had to stop and think. I was like, wait a minute, let me think about something. So when she got off the phone, I asked her, I said, hey, so you can just your boss, the guy who owned this place or whatever, he can just lower the price anytime he want. And she said, yeah. I say, so why he won't just do that, like, to get more? She said, I don't know. I'm like, okay, this is a game going on because these people who own gas stations can control their own gas. They can lower their gas anytime they want. They just competing with each other. You seeing other companies compete with other companies. That's all they doing. And they can lower their gas anytime. I mean, and I saw it right then and there. The gas ended up lowering once she got off the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wait, he can control that? He can do this anytime he want? And she said, yeah. And I'm like, why is he not doing this? $2, 222 or something. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just wild. But I'm about to end this though. I ain't gonna really get too much long on this video because man, it really, really got to me in the sense of like, but look at this real quick. It said Biden undermines farmers after warning of food shortage, right? Look at that, like, warning after food shortages, right? The farmers. He said Biden warned shortages are going to be real. He may just be onto something for the first time. And because I go into basically, and this article was written, when this was written, August 13, 2022. So I go into the stores though, you'll see it though. Clearly, you'll see all the shelves, most of the shelves are basically empty. So world food shortage going from bad to worse. It's just, things that be catching my eye real quick. But you can research this stuff because I'm going to come back and do a connection with his timeline in a sense. I just showed you basically the export or shortage of goods, exploit the shortage of goods and food, right? And he wrote this back in it's back in January 2020. If I wrote this before then, because he had already started writing this before. And then you said, look at this, as of December 19, 2021, we're on stage 5. So that is stage 5 of the exploiting food shortages and goods. So this is where we at right now. And it's coming and it's coming, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna connect more as I come back with more. And and I'm gonna show y'all one more thing, cause this was some interesting. It was another timeline to something that I was seeing, or this one's the one I saw him, but it was another timeline. I'm gonna go back here. It was another timeline of the Truth in Plain Sight about Obama and Bush. And they the same people, in the sense of like they're they're cousins. See what I'm saying? You can clearly see they really like related. Look at that. So let me go ahead and get away from here real quick because I'm gonna come back because I got more things to show. So I'll return with more. Just remember to always love yourself. Well, live for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Live within yourself. Know thyself. Respect your own self because you are a living being, a spirit, a energy. A light. So I'm gonna come back with more of connecting more of this in a few. Well, whenever.